Welcome to Into the Deep, man. Podcast. I've been chasing you for a while.
Yeah, I know.
2-3 months, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I can understand how busy you are and whatnot.
Yeah, it's hard.
But how you been?
Yeah, I've been good.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, pretty excited. I leave for America next week, so just finalizing all the stuff before that.
You leave next Wednesday.
Yeah. So
What's happening in America?
So yeah, I'm having my U.S. debut, my boxing debut. When I was recently over there in New York in December for the Dennis Hogan fight, I signed with Split T Management.
Okay.
And they, which is run by David McWhorter and also.
So they're down in America. They operate out of America.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. New York.
So he manages Teofimo Lopez and like a whole bunch of fighters.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't really know your boxing, I think Teofimo Lopez is probably like one of the bigger names.
Yeah.
And then he was working with Brian Cohen, who's huge in female boxing over there. So we're lucky you got two solid guys looking after me with it. And they got me. I signed with them in December, and pretty much they got me a fight straight away in February on a huge female card. Like, I mean, there's males as well, but there's some really big female fights.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to.
Saw you on the billboard and stuff.
Yeah, on the billboard in America. I was like, hey, who's that little blonde? And I was like, staunch. But but it's gonna be really good card.
When's the fight at
February 8th.
Yeah. So not long, huh? Was that 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah. So I'll go over there for pretty much two and a bit weeks before my fight.
Yeah.
A little bit of a camp over there, finish up over there, get used to the time zone, the climate. It's like I'm fighting in Indiana.
Yeah.
It's kind of closer to Chicago, so it's like minus 10 or 20 degrees.
So it'll still be like quite cold when
freezing,
you get there, right?
It's gonna be freezing. Like January is February is really cold over there.
That's there. Yeah.
So I've got to get used to that, and obviously the time difference and stuff, and flying. So I know personally I hold a lot of fluid when I fly. So I need at least a couple of days to get rid of that, because I swear to God, when I fly, I get I put them compression socks on, but I get like Kangles, like I'm about 200, 300 pound woman. And I'm in a little frame, but my legs are like, what the hell is going on? So I have to account for all that.
Of course.
I know a lot of people just fly in and fly out, but no, I'm taking this pretty serious.
Want to prepare yourself as best possible, right?
So. But it's really exciting. I'm training in Philly.
You're training in Philly?
Yeah, training in Philly. My manager. I haven't but that's where one of my managers is based out of.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go there. He's got a set up there for me. Got some awesome sparring. I'm gonna be sparring Christina Liddell, who just fought Katie Taylor. She beat Deanna Hobbs for a world title. So it's quality sparring. And then we'll go from there to Chicago and Do you do business?
Of course. And do you plan to hang around there for some time after you fight? Or?
Well, I didn't originally, but I've got a flexi. Like my flight's flexi. So I mean, there's a possibility. I've talked about possibly stopping on LA on the way. I'll stop in LA anyways, but probably stay there for a little bit. There's a few people there. I know, that I might just stay there for a bit, like in the boxing industry. It just all happens. At the moment, I'm just focusing on the fight. That's the first thing, and then after that, I'll go from there.
Know what to do.
I know I've got a few people asking me from America, am I coming and I should stay for the Deontay Wilder Fury fight, or and am I gonna come to the Mikey Garcia fight, and I'm getting all these, and I'm like, well, it just depends, because I mean, it's another 2 weeks for the Wilder fight.
Yeah, because it's 22nd of Feb.
And then another 3 weeks to the Garcia fight, and I'm like. I wish. I know, right? Trust me, I want to do it. I think if it was like another week, I probably would. But 2 weeks, it's not just that, like the conversion and everything. It's just I've got to be smart, because I do plan to return. And I'll be back there again soon. So I mean, it's signing with these guys. It's pretty much that's the point. I'm going to build over in America. I'm still going to have fights here, but that's where it's at. Like the money's there, getting paid. Like it's so much better there. So why, I love Australia and stuff like that. But to be realistic, combat sports, it's not the greatest. And I know everyone wants to do the whole, but you should conquer Australia first. I'm like, why? There's not like realistically. not really a point.
Yeah.
So
I think it should be the other way around. If anything, you end up getting a big fight here worthwhile, then at least it'll probably work out much better. And why not go there in the meantime?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so.
And you know, like I'm just starting, so I need to build. I need to build up, and you know, there's just no opponency. There's no opponency. My last 3 fights, like I mean, like my last fight, I had a fall through 5 days before my fight. You know how hard it is to replace that?
Was that the John Wayne Parr?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So on Mundine, John Wayne Parr, like I had 3 opponents fall through. I had my first one, which you know was going to be a perfect fight for me. She was like tough, really good opponent. You know, because it's all about kind of pushing myself and progressing. You need to do that. Then I had another one, which was okay. I wasn't, it's not ideal, like as in, I would have liked something a little bit more, but I was just like, whatever, I need to fight. And 5 days before the fight, that one fell through, and then I got replaced with, a girl, you don't really get much when someone's jumping in with 4 days notice. So unfortunately, I mean, you're still practicing and learning, but it wasn't the kind of fight that I would like to go to have. But that's another thing, like it's desperate, like there's no one in Australia.
It's funny you brought that up. I had this chat with, you probably know Cody. And I had this chat with him, and I was like, man, the most frustrating thing is like you end up having like fights fall out more than actually preparing.
It's ridiculous.
Especially here, like it's something I've noticed being around so many fighters.
So man, Jacinta, impossible to get a fight, and then it just falls through. Like I mean, we
and it's frustrating.
Oh, it's so frustrating. At least in America, and the thing is here is that to get an opponent, we do have to, like a lot of it is input. It's not just like, I've got 5 days, okay, now it's like here's $2,000 because we need to fly someone over from over here. Whereas it's like, there's a girl in Queensland or in Sydney, they're not local. And then I get girls like, I want to fight you, but they're like 3 divisions heavier than me. Like, man, they don't understand boxing. You know what I mean? You don't do that. If I'm going to get world rated and I want to get ranked, I'm not going to just fight in all these different divisions because they want a piece. Like, it's not going to work like that.
It's a larger pool than I guess thing in America too, right? Like if someone falls out, guaranteed, and a competitive opponent. I guess, as well, right? You want to test yourself as well.
Exactly.
So what do you normally fight at? What weight?
53.5.
53.
So bantam weight, but like the opponent I've got in America is a perfect opponent for what I need. Good stepper. She's got a lot of experience. She has 20 fights. She's tough, and what we need is someone that can. As much as I love knocking people out, I do, and that is the goal, finish it. But at the same time, I want to be challenged for it.
Of course.
I really do, and I need to also practice. I need to, I need to keep learning, and I'm not going to be able to do that in 1 round or 2 rounds. And that's, so I need someone who's a bit durable, a bit tough. So, and plus it means I can beat on them a bit more. Because I'm not having to bash the fuck out of them for 6 rounds and then knock them out in the last round. But
it's cliche, but you want someone that's going to get you out of bed. Like, man,
I'm a fighter. I want to fight. I don't just come in and go, that's it. I mean, of course you want to have those fights too. But at the same time, especially when you're building up and I'm at my stage, I need to learn. I need to get that ring experience. Once I've got to that ring experience, fuck yeah, let me knock the bitches out in the first round for a world title. I don't want to go past it. I'll get paid for whatever. But I mean, at this point, I want to be learning. I want to be progressing. So if I can get someone that's experienced, and can learn off, and I can test myself and stuff. Beautiful. And I mean, there's plenty of girls here in Australia that I'd love to fight, but we're all at different. We're all different kind of parts in our career. A girl that's had, she's 15, she's not going to come and fight 3-0 because it's going backwards for her. Yeah, true. She's going forward. It's all good. I have this mad fight with you guys, but it's like I understand because I wouldn't want to be there going, well, it doesn't really look good. I've been fighting all these guys, and now all of a sudden I fight someone just 3 fights. And same with me. Why should I at 3 fights be fighting someone there? And I need to do my progression. It's people
essentially each fight you're trying to get further and further.
And people don't really understand. They go, we just want to watch these 2 fight. It doesn't work like that. Unfortunately.
That's where the flip side would be. Okay, you want me to?
100%. You give me the money, man. No problem.
Pay me exactly. 100%.
But they don't have the money here in Australia. Definitely not. And what I'd like to do is go and get that experience. Go and build those fights up. In America, get a name or whatever, and then come back here and have those big Aussie fights.
100%.
Have those big, because then you're bringing more for it. You know what I mean? Realistically, where I'm at, it kind of can be loud, a little bit loud, but it's not really as exciting what it'd be if I build it up. And
well, think about it. First of all, congratulations in November. I wanted to watch it because obviously that Arnell's, so I was a big fan. And the truth is, I was waiting to watch your fight. I had the barbecue duties at my in-laws' house, and I fucking missed your fight, so I had to go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
But
Is that Epicenter?
Yeah, the one at Epicenter. Yeah, the one at Epicenter. So I wanted to catch. I was kept telling my wife, I'm like, yo, I know one of our North fighters are on it. So so congratulations first of all for that. That was awesome. First, I don't want to say it, but the opponent, like, I felt like even just her shorts. And when I was watching that, her actual boxing shorts seemed much like, it was like she was wearing really baggy shorts. And I was having it just seemed like she just hopped off a plane or something.
Well, like I said, she only had 5 days notice. So hats off to her. I appreciate her so much. I respect her a lot for doing that. I respect anyone that takes fights on short notice, because I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't do it. I don't care. I wouldn't do it. So I appreciate anyone else, anyone that does it.
But it was a clean performance, taking nothing away from what you did.
No, of course not. You know what? She came out. She has a lot of things. She had 52 rounds. She's had 52 rounds as a professional boxer. I've had 4 or 5. I mean, at that point, I'd had I think 4. So it doesn't really matter. You can't underestimate anyone. We were told she was tough and she was durable. I mean, I get told that all the time, but but I'm the blonde bomber. But I mean, hats off to her. She did come out
because I remember seeing the boxing show was so massive, and I was like, I'm like, did they not it would just look like, whoa, man.
But she weighed in with her clothes on as well. I think she's quite, she was. Those kind of ties and that, they're not really let's see how to go out, they're not flashy, you know what I mean? I think she's, maybe just, what's the word? Reserved. She wore a t-shirt and stuff, she's reserved, she doesn't, and that's it, everyone to their own, and that's what she does, I'm not like that, I like to show as much skin as I can, as if you watch my weigh-ins, and it's and it's also just weight. I'm at a bit of disadvantage, right? I got a kilo on my chest, so I weigh 53.5, but hey guys, I'm really actually 52.5. I've got a lot of silicone, so I mean, I take as much clothes off as I can. I need, I've got to make up for that. So,
I mean, regardless of that, that was just it was a good performance. At the end of the day, it's not about them. You had to turn up and you had to do what you had to do.
And not just that, I had a plan for that fight, no matter who was going to be in front of me.
100%.
My plan for that fight was to slow down, to pick my shots, to use my jab. And control the fight, rather than going out a brawler, I'm usually as coming from amateurs. It's you've got 3 rounds and you've got to go crazy. I've been learning with Arnold, and as in transitioning that you've got the power, but you need to be able to set it up and you need to place it properly. Because I overwhelm people because I am a very busy boxer. Why throw a bunch of punches that are not necessary when you just pick them and do what you do? And I suppose, and that's what happened with that fight. I mean, possibly if I did just rush it, I might have not stopped her as sooner because the punches wouldn't have been as lethal. But I mean, I just set it up with the jab the first round. As I said I was going to do, I'm going to take it slow, I'm going to set up the jab, get my distance. And that's pretty much the first round. All it is was jab the shit out of her. And then I had
the second round.
And I had the right range because I've used my jab for distance. In the second round, Arnold said, okay, now I want you to close the distance, I want you to use your right hand. So that's what I did. I closed the distance and I landed 3 right hands, and then that was it. Because those right hands, my knuckle was swollen after it. That was solid punches. And I was, if you seen the fight, I was feeling because I was feeling because I love that feeling. And I'm but I just want to hit her again. But
I think the ref knew and he got in there because she kept hands were down and you could tell by the body language.
She was doing this when she was getting hit. I mean, I sent her in the ropes with it, so I was obviously a lot more powerful than her, a lot stronger than her. But as a fighter, you kind of, I know personally me, I like fights to go on a little bit, but I did exactly what I said I would do. I took my time, I used my jab, and I picked the shots, and I picked them so well that they did obviously a lot of damage. You know what I mean? So success. I'm happy with that.
I guess the other point I was trying to make as well is that we were talking about fights in Australia and coming back and actually with a bigger name. I mean, you just got to look at only in the recent years. The John Wayne Parrs and all these guys are on main event in Australia and getting big names at the latter part of their career, you know what I mean? And just kind of, that's a good way to gauge in as where we're at, you know what I mean, in terms of combat sports here, because it's only at this part really now, you see certain, I wouldn't say they're at the back end of their career, but established or, have been around for a while. they're finally getting their due now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I had my pro debut on main event.
Yeah.
I did it like the reverse way.
Yeah.
I was like the first.
But it's good.
Yeah,
that's
of a main
good.
event,
Like that's
of a main event for my pro debut.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then it kind of like that was like my big thing, you know. And then I, you know, stepped back and I did the epicenter stuff. But I mean, I think we're very lucky as women in the sense. I know everyone wants to whinge about equality and women's and blah 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 all this kind of stuff. But I think you know, if you can fight and you know, you have a good following or whatever it may be. I think women are actually, you know, we're lucky at this point because it's almost a have to put a female on these big cards. You have to now put a female fight on these undercards of these fights on TV. Like you can't not. Like so they're all, you know, we're lucky that these, you know, now we're able to get these opportunities. You know. But you might be, there's how many male fighters in Australia, so many, they're not getting these chances. They could be had 15, 20 fights, but they're not getting the chances like 100%. Us girls, because there's such a small pool of girls. So, you know, you're bound to kind of get on one of these shows. I mean, so I think that's good in a sense, because it's like, okay, we want to put a female on Fox, who are we going to go for? Do you know? And there's only a few to pick from. So you're kind of like, you know, if you're good and you're dedicated, I mean, it can happen.
And you got to start somewhere. Like, you know, end of the day, you got to look at yourself as pioneers, because you know, 5-10 years from now, the doors are opening. More and more females and girls growing up are going to be like, fuck, I want to do boxing, I want to do MMA, or I want to do this, you know, because it's so easily accessible, and it's like, I can easily do that kind of thing, you know, I want to go do that. So, you know,
10 years ago, combat sports was illegal in New South Wales. That's just 10 years ago. Yeah,
that's what I mean.
You know,
we're babies.
Or maybe 11.
We're babies. I remember messaging my brother after that epicenter one, and I told him, I'm like, man, like, and he's a massive boxer. My brother's a massive boxing head, like myself, but he's a massive boxing head, and he was just like, yeah, man, we've got a long way to go compared to America, you know what I mean? So I can completely understand your call to want to go there and whatnot.
Well, you got George Kambosos, for example. You know, you've got all these people here calling out George Kambosos, come on, man. He's about to do a world title eliminator, and you got like some guys here that haven't even done real titles, just been fighting whatever. Saying, oh, we're gonna fight George Kambosos. He's ducking, blah blah. And he's at another level over there. Like he's doing his own thing over there. Why would he come back here where there's no money to fight some guy or some whatever, to just so that guy can get can reap off his name? Because that's all it is. When you're a pro boxer, it's yourself. It's your career. It's your business. You know, if it's not helping you, why are you doing it? It's true.
People got to stop looking at it as it's some fucking schoolyard fight. Like, you know, I called you out once. There's so much more that.
Unfortunately, you know what it is? It's for the fans. The fans want to see the fights, and the fans and whatever. But the real thing is, that the fans are the ones getting paid. The fans are the ones putting their bodies at risk, putting their careers at risk. You know what I mean? There's so many layers to it. But I mean, like, you know, George is doing the right thing by going over there, and what he's been doing over there, same thing, building up over there. And then he's got such a big following now, and he's so exciting because he's been in America. When he actually does bring a show back to Australia, which I know he's planning to do, it's going to be freaking huge.
Which is what I think a lot of these boxers need to do at some point. Come back, exactly. and raise the roof. Make it exciting, you know. And
it's people are too short term. You got to look at the long term. It's really important to do that.
What led you down this path? What led you down fighting and boxing, and like, you know, where did it all kind of start?
I was like bashing people up. No, honestly, that's the truth. No, I did when I was younger. When I was like 5, I started martial arts. I started Kempo karate, and I did that for like 9 years.
Karate always seems to be the best.
Man, it is. You know what? Because it's good when you're a kid, like you get discipline and stuff. And
plus,
you know,
it's something that was common at that point.
Exactly. You know, and I was really good at that, and you know, when I went all the way in that, got my black belt in that, and then I got to high school, and I was like, fuck this karate shit, I want to bash people, like, for real. So then I did kickboxing and Muay Thai training, but like I said, females weren't allowed to fight back then. It was illegal. So then I was like, oh, why am I doing all this training when I can't even fight? So I was like, fuck it. So I went into bodybuilding, and then you know, like I always loved, like, I've gotten to fights and stuff, you know, like I have any trouble, but I was like, you know, when I did bodybuilding and stuff, and I kind of succeeded in that, I did really well in that. I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of not over it, but I mean, I'm doing it because I'm good at it, but I don't really enjoy this. Like, you know, I need to change path. I've succeeded. You know, I don't really have anything else to prove myself in this. You know, so I want to do something I really love. And what do I love? I love punching shit. Like, and I love fights, and I'm a very aggressive person. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go back and do this. You know, and and then that was it really. I went in the gym, and I just said that I want to fight, and then I mean, it took me a while, probably about a year of, freaking injuries from transitioning from bodybuilding to boxing.
Yeah, because your whole body probably goes.
It was completely different. It's completely different.
What was that like? Is it because of the fact that you're going from like heavy lifting, whatever, to
it was from going from static movements, heavy lifting,
to complete
to
lateral,
agility.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I didn't even smoke. I smoked a pack of cigarettes a day when I was bodybuilding. Like I was, fuck yeah. Like man, you know how much I'm dying. So I just smoked so much because. Because I never ran. I didn't run for like 7 years. If I ran across the street, I'd probably get puffed, but I looked shredded and fit because bodybuilding, it's about the way you look, not about how you feel on the inside. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I mean, it's a bit changed now, but back then, it's like as long as you look shredded, and you're lifting heavy, that's it, and I was a smoker from 12 years old. So, I mean, I didn't give that up. If anything, I probably smoked more around prep time. But then, and then from going from that to like boxing, where I always have to use my freaking lungs. So I quit smoking, and then I, have to do all this moving around, which my body wasn't used to, so I've got so many injuries, man, like, herniated discs in my back, like upper back from twisting, and plantar fasciitis, freaking stress fractures in my hands, and because I am so strong from the bodybuilding and you hit hard, but my joints and everything wasn't used to it, and it wasn't the same, like, it was just one thing after another. Jacinta was there. Jacinta seeing me go through the all the injuries, and like I'm like, it was so hard to get a good role when I first started, and I got to a point where I'm like, fuck, why am I doing this? Is God trying to tell me that I'm not meant to do boxing? But because when I first walked into the boxing gym, I said I was gonna fight. I'm like, I can't quit until I fight. And I have one fight, and then if I don't want to do it anymore, I won't do it anymore. But I can't stop before I even get in there. And then obviously I got in there, and my first fight, and I broke the girl's nose in the second round and stopped her. And I trained for like, all this build up for like 2.5 minutes. And I was like, okay, I need to do this shit again. Is that it? Fuck,
quick in that.
It's ridiculous. So, I mean, maybe if I'd only trained for 2 months, I didn't put myself through this big transition and stuff, I might have been, maybe not, but I was like, nah, I need more of this shit.
There's a sense of beauty going through that and coming out the other side. Because whatever your body, your mind, your soul's gone through, you can't explain that.
Well, I couldn't, I was like, I didn't realize, you don't realize how much fitness and how much you need to be boxing. I mean, I was like, of course you're gonna be fit, good run and shit, but it's a freaking another level. And I remember thinking, why did I fucking say I was gonna do this? Why did I say I wanted to fight? Why can't I just say I want to train? Like why? But I told myself I'm gonna fight, and so when I say I'm gonna do something, I have to do it. And I will never say something and tell myself something, and not finish it. Or I won't speak it if I don't think I'm going to.
Where do you think that will comes from? Is that just something you've had since you're young? Is it something you developed over time?
You know what? Pretty much like my adolescence and stuff, my teenage years was really rough. And I like to put it without going into too much. I pretty much had a second chance at life. And then I said that I'll never, I'll make the most of everything that I do. You know what I mean? I've got this second chance here. I'll come out of this hole, and I'm coming good, and I'm going to give everything that I do 100%, and I'm going to give it my whole heart. I'm not going to quit. No way, like, because I'm here for a reason, and
it takes something like that sometimes.
I'm going to make the most of it, I'm going to make the most of it, and I think it was really important, as a young, I keep learning and keep being better. I just have to be the best, and I have to be better. I always have good, good parents that push me, and they also encourage creativity, and they encourage you to do what you love, as long as you're doing what you love, so I put them through so much fucking shit. I'm very lucky that they still fucking love me.
I understand. Thanks, Mum. You really got to talk to Mum.
Right.
Where do you kind of draw inspiration and whatnot from when you go into fighting training? Is just something that do you have an environment and you draw support from people around you, or is it just?
The first thing you say to me when you think of inspiration, I just think, I've been into boxing since I was little. I mean, like I said, I've been into combat sports since I was 5. Grew up in Van Damme movies constantly.
Kickboxing.
For the kickboxing, and Costa Zoo, and all those guys, So, and I was always into the fighting. So. It's not like I'm kind of coming to it late and whatever. I've followed boxing, I talk boxing, as you know. I have a podcast as well, Punches from Pods, which I talk all about boxing because I love it, right? So when I think of inspiration, like I watch pro boxing, and the first ones that come to my mind is like just watching like Corrales and Casilio go for it. Like I just think, the digging deep, and the Gaddy Ward fights, and all those like Marquez, Manny fights, Barrera, all these guys, they're for me not inspiration, but I think that's what a fucking fighter is. There's so many people here that don't. I mean, like people that fight and don't actually watch boxing or whatever. I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's a lot of people that don't. And you think like. I mean, like, how do you know, like, you mean, like, to have that guts and, whatever. So, I mean, that, I would say those kind of fights inspire me, because I think, like, like, that's what to be a true fighter, like, you don't quit. And also, Arnell, man.
Was it Mikey and Errol that fought last year?
Yeah, they fought,
Yeah, and me and my brother were watching it here, we're having a drill going on, and we were just looking at Mikey taking those shots, but I was like, man, just look at that will to not give in, And
100%.
you gotta admire that.
Yeah, definitely.
But you talk about Arnell,
Arnell. Well, I mean, when I walked into Arnell was the first coach who took me seriously as a fighter, and man, I got hats off to him, because he kind of also built that mindset in me as well as a fighter, because. Having him in my head as well, I remember being, especially when I first started sparring and stuff like that, I get so frustrated with myself, and like you get really frustrated with shit and that, and he's like, don't show emotion, da da da, and he's like, and I'll be like pissed off, or like say something would bother me or whatever. He'd be like, are you a fighter? He goes, are you a fighter? He goes, you can't stop. He goes, you can't stop, and you can't in a fight, you can't say, oh, time out, I'm just gonna fix my fucking hair, or but this is what, whatever, you can't, I need a breath, I can't breathe, time out, you can't do that, so too fucking bad. And he kind of brought us up there, and he's hard, but
he's a tough
but it's love hate, like he gives you, he's the most genuine, beautiful person, but when it comes to the fighting, he's like that, and everyone knows that if they train with me and around me, I'm the same. I'm like, what? Sorry, what is that an excuse? Like, what, you're gonna quit? Like, fighters don't quit, you're gonna quit. Like, we do the same thing, and we're all in the gym the same. We all do each other up. If we see someone struggling, inspiring, we go, like, we tell them, don't fucking quit. What are you doing, So, because that's really important. And if it wasn't for Arnell for that, I don't know if you know about my debut fight where I snapped my ankle.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. So my first fight, Fox main event TV, I snapped my ankle in the first 10 seconds of the fight, got clipped, flash knocked down, went down on my ankle, snapped it, got back up, oh, my leg's fucked, went to the corner, I think I broke my ankle. Okay, what do you want to do? I'm not fucking quitting. You know what I mean? I don't quit, I come here to win. So I went out there and I fought for another 3 rounds with a snapped ankle, and I don't think I would have been able to do that if it wasn't for Arnell teaching another thing. Who cares if your hand's broken? Too bad. Who cares if that's too bad? You can't quit in a fight. You can't, so, and seeing, like Costello, Corrales, like, these pro boxers don't quit. A lot of people would have, or even just not got back up. You know what I mean? And then after my fight, 2 years later, I had to have surgery, had 2 surgeries. I was out for like 3 months on crutches. I had to learn to walk again. It took me 8 months to get back in. But that no quit, because if I quit, then I would have been like, I would live with that, having to quit.
And you set the bar
going
forward,
no
you know what I mean? Like, and then any little thing is...
And that's what I said after that.
It's a mindset thing.
Oh, 100%, it's all mindset, man. And I was like, after that fight and everything, I was like, fuck, you know what? I go, who gets... And I had a good opponent, she was a tough Filipino. Not many people pick winning. Like, she was 1-2, so, you'll see, if you see... Or any fighters, especially boxers, their first 10 are like write-offs, you know what I mean? But their first fight is definitely not someone that's a winning record. It's always someone that you can feel around. But I was like, no, I'm going on Fox main event. I'm going to show these people that I can fight, that I'm a real fighter, And I showed that alright. But after that, I was like, the things that I overcame in my first pro debut, the nervousness of being on TV for my first fight, a tough opponent, breaking my ankle, getting clipped with a flash knockdown, all this shit I overcame. So after that, I'm like, I remember my second fight, like, hey, feeling like, fuck, this is nothing. This is a club punch ball.
You know what I've been through.
Look, I've broken my ankle, fought a broken leg, I've been knocked down, there's nothing they can do to break me. So,
It must have been an amazing post-mortem, kind of looking back at that fight.
It's funny, because at the time I was like, you don't realise, like,
once the adrenaline dropped and once you've had a couple of days to just rest and really look at it,
I was like, well, at first I was like, fuck, I can't believe I got clipped, but it's if it was just coming from the amateurs, I had like a long lead hand, and it got clipped. It happens. I was cold. It wasn't even days. I literally got up and I was like, why? I was like, why is he counting me? I'm not like, I was just like this. It was crazy, but I after that I was just like, Yeah, like there's nothing now. Like, I mean, I've just been through so many tests in one fight, more than like some of the guys and girls have had 10, 15 fights already by now. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, one of the most, I think, beautiful things that I learned when I was training with Arnold, I remember sparring as well. It's that you know, he's saying like when you're fucked, like basically the first or second round of your sparring just basically gets you to the point where you just blow your fucking lungs.
Yeah.
And then he goes, then the beauty happens.
Yeah, and then he's always like, one more round.
And, and
He always does that.
Yeah. And it's funny because you mentioned that. I remember going into the fight, Rick was in my corner. And I knew, it was funny, I was walking back to the corner and I was like, I was fine, but I knew, like he said 4 rounds, but he saw that I was fine. Yeah. And I was like, I bet you this
gonna
he's gonna fucking say another one, you know what I mean? And,
he does that to me too.
And it was, you know, but it was such an amazing experience to like learn it that way and go, like, for me, I did a lot more kickboxing, and then in the last couple of years, I mean, I rang Rick like 2 years ago, and I said, yo, like, I need you to, you know, kind of take me under your wing. And I wanted it because I had an issue with my hip injuries, and it kind of fucked me over, so I rang Rick, and I was like, yo, and then he took me to Arnell's, and it was just a beautiful.
Ricky took me to Arnell's as well.
Yeah, and I was, bless his soul, and then, just that experience of like that moment where you know you're fucked, but then you go back to the corner, you come back, and it's like, yo, I'm alright.
Yeah, you're alright.
And that moment that the moment that your brain tells your heart and your soul that, dude, you just like, you're alright now.
David
and
Goggins,
then boom, the beauty. It's that's it. So I love David. I love his book, man.
Okay, I love David Goggins. Well, I'm telling you, like, you know, obviously.
So he had the psoas, like, so that's the first guy that I felt like understood what I was going through, because he had a psoas injury, which is what I had. And when I heard him say it on the Joe Rogan podcast the first time, he was talking about how painful and he was going through depression. I'm like, dude, this guy fucking knows what I'm going through. But that's how I gravitated towards him, and then I started diving into all these.
And he's like, you know, running with broken legs and stuff. Like, and it shows you can. Like, I thought it was a snapped ankle. My surgeon was like, I don't even know how you stood on that. Your bones are separating. Like every time I took a step, my bones, my tibia and fibula was separating. Because the downward pressure, the gravity makes your bones separate. There's nothing holding it together. And he's like, I don't know how you stood, let alone fought. I think
Goggins, that crazy man. I don't know if you saw him the last marathon. He got fucking hospitalized for his he did something to his foot while he was running his thing. He got fucking taken to hospital. Then he checked his ass out, went back and finished the race. That crazy motherfucker.
Taking souls.
What the
But
it's like, it's amazing. It shows you, like, it shows the will.
And you
it's
don't
amazing.
realize.
It's amazing.
I think, you know, especially new people and that, you don't realize, and that's what we try and we do a lot at the gym with Arnold is. Especially the newbies, we crack them, we push them, you gotta crack them. Like, you wanna be fighters, you gotta fucking, you gotta learn.
You gotta find out, exactly.
But I mean, the other day, for example, it was us after Christmas, and Arnold, you know, had a break over Christmas, I let him have a break. You know,
I've been trying to get his ass onto him, I've been harassing him too, so.
He's hard as well. But, you know, he's like, it's like he wanted to test me to see if I'd been training, which of course, you know, he knows I have been, but he just want to see where my fitness was at. So the first training we had back, he went for sparring. We had two girls. Interchanging every 3 minutes. I did 18 minutes straight sparring, like Shark Tank, like a Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
I stayed in the ring for 18 minutes straight. And now we just interchange every 3 to 4 minutes, 6 minutes. Like when they died out, the other one came back in. So I didn't get a break for like 18 minutes. And you know, that's the kind of shit like he does, like, and you know, you can't slack off. These are girls coming in fresh, exactly. You know, so I mean, he really pushed me like that. But they're the little things, like, I mean, he always one more round or now get back in there, like, you know, anything if he's.
I mean, I guess if you're solid and if you're one with your mental game. I mean, everything else is just gonna follow, right?
It's just nothing, you know, like you said, like for me, nothing can break me, and I said that. And if they try and break me, fuck, please, I'll do another round just for you. You know, like I'm too not proud, but you know, like I'll do shit just to show you that you can't beat me, you can't break me. You know, like I'm like, what, you want me to do, like, you know, 10? I'll do 15, whatever the fuck. He did to Arnold today. He's like, 2 for more. I'm like, whatever, 10. One day he'll go, yes. I'm like, I was just joking.
I feel like he gets the same responses from everyone. Like, 5, 10, 15. But so how is it training with him? And I know that you kind of came back to him in the last maybe year or two.
Yeah, in the last year. Yeah. So pretty much I came back about March, April.
Yeah, and how's it been like since then? Like,
it's the best. It's honestly the best.
I mean, I love it, man. Shout out to Bombers. I mean, I just love the whole crew, the boys
Bombers,
there.
Yeah, like, everyone knows what we're like.
And I don't know if it's just like this boxing culture. Is another thing you were talking about, but man, like. The amount of hugs I have to give by the time I fucking get to go and wrap my hands just shows you.
With the Bombers?
With the Bombers,
I know. I know. My fight in Punchbowl.
Every single one of them.
My fight in Punchbowl, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
My last fight in Punchbowl, I'm just like, we're hanging like around, and I was like, I love you guys, but get the fuck out. I need to focus.
When I was at,
they're just so loving. It's like a real family,
at Blacktown. Yeah, man. I was so shocked to see all of them there. Yeah. Like I had my family, my cousins and stuff that usually come to see me compete. But to see like 10, 15 of them,
and they're all screaming and yelling, you can't beat it.
Fucking
you know, and we've had a few people
one
actually.
Of my greatest memories.
Yeah, we had a few people actually come. Like, we had a guy come to us from another gym. I don't know the gym, but they were like, he's like, I saw you at one of the tournaments, and like I just loved how you had so much support. All the guys are all yelling and supporting each other, and like it's a big thing, to fight, and we all always there to support each other. You can't beat that bond that we have. Everyone's always helping each other. I know I'm a pro, but I still go out of my way and to help people and where I can. I'm not like, I think I need to.
And that's
and no one else is like that. Like Ricky, you know what I mean? Like you always want to help people. But that's comes down to the coach, and that comes down to Arnell because he's so humble and so beautiful and genuine.
Because you're a reflection of who you train with and your coaches.
100%. So it depends if you got like an almighty coach that thinks he's too good or whatever. You're gonna kind of it reflects what you come from. So I mean, I just love that about being with Arnell. And he's so experienced in the pros. So many world title fights he's had. Obviously fought Manny Pacquiao. He knows his shit. And he understands with the whole America thing. Like and he's gonna be there with my world title fights and all this kind of stuff. He's
actually it's like how is he with that whole move? Like I mean, obviously he can't always be there. But I'm sure knowing Arnell, he's 150% behind you.
100%. And he knows how it works. He's been there. He knows that how it works with like fighting overseas. And there's only I'm starting out over there. There's only so much you can
it's
do.
Important. Like it's important to have someone that understands.
100%. Like someone that's not going to go, I can't go, so you can't go. Like it's not going to be like that, And
it's easy to be selfish and think about like what am I going to lose out of this, right?
Yeah, I mean a lot of coaches are like that, And but I think if you've been there, like Arnell's been there, like he's fought all around the world, and he's gone sometimes, like he even said, going over to South Africa to fight, with just his manager, and it's kind of, as long as you've got still people there that you trust, then it's not really an issue. But there's 100% doubt. Like when there's a big fight, this is just breaking me in. This is breaking me into America. When there's 100% big fights, he'll be there. I could not have him there. You know what I mean? But he knows. He trusts me, and he trusts me as a fighter that I've got it, and I trust myself as well. So and the hard work's done in the camp. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people know boxing. They can tell you what to do in a corner. It's the shit that he puts up with.
I always tell people, I never remember the fight. I just remember everything leading up to it.
Exactly.
The most, that's what I'll remember.
I mean, having the right advice in the corner is important. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, there's plenty of people that can give you the right advice.
I mean, it's not to say you don't sit there celebrate your wins and whatnot.
No.
It's just you will always, no matter what, remember what it took to get to the ring, you know what I mean? It's just that's what you remember the most because really that's where, like you said, that's where the work's done.
Exactly.
So, what's your diet like? Do you like you vegan or no? No, I gotta ask that because these days, man, everyone's vegan. So
I know because I watch this fucking documentary, which is bullshit. They literally fucking game changer. I'll show you fucking game changer. I eat fucking 5 meals of protein and fucking meat a day, and I'm bashing bitches. I'm not eating fucking vegan. You know what I mean? Like it's.
But that's the amazing thing about boxing too, It just manages your weight so easily because you don't even you just drop weight so easily in boxing when
I don't know. Do you know? It depends. If you eat clean, nothing. You can't out train a bad diet. Sorry, I come from a bodybuilding background, so diet is really important.
I mean, obviously, provided you have a nice diet. I'm not saying don't fucking unhealthy, but
but I mean, I've lost I've obviously from bodybuilding, I lost a lot of muscle just from boxing. That's where I lost weight. Fat wise, if you're not eating right, you're not gonna lose the fat. But you're gonna burn off muscle if you're not eating right because but obviously I have experience. I'm a nutritionist, so I mean I've been doing that for 15 years, you know, for years. So you know, I know my body. Through bodybuilding is very different.
Well, that's a good background to have.
And you know what, I hear fighters a lot because I do diets, as you know, I do nutrition for fighters a lot, and I mean all athletes, but obviously being in it, people are starting to learn a lot more that hey, like that's what I do on the side, kind of thing, and so I'm getting a lot more clientele in it. But yeah, I mean, it is different. It isn't, you know, I see a lot of fighters get bodybuilding diets because whatever, but you know, you got to understand the amount of training you're doing. You need to have carbs. You need to eat clean. You have to be disciplined. You can't be going and eating all these carbs for your training, but then eat fucking shit on the side of it because you want to go out and have a cheat meal. You want to go to eat with your friends. It doesn't work like that. You know, okay, cool. Starve yourself for your training and just eat protein and fats so you can eat cheat meals on the weekend. What the fuck's that going to do for your boxing? That's just for your social feeling good. I don't know, for me, I'm focused on winning, I'm focused on performing in training, I'm focused on performing in my fights. And that's where nutrition is key.
Performing in your fights, and that's the key thing. The key thing is just not making weight. No, it's that your body performing at
everything that I eat, I don't even think about, like, I mean, it's, you know, it doesn't taste bad, I mean, you know, but I mean, I'm not thinking, of course I'd like to have a fucking hamburger or a pizza, but realistically, what is that gonna do? What is it gonna do for me? I don't eat things if they're not gonna benefit me in some way for my training or for my way of living. You know, like is it gonna, you know, fuel me? No, it's gonna make me feel like fucking shit. Like, I mean, so why would I eat it? So I just eat things. I stay away from anything that makes me not feel well. You know, I eat food that is easily digestible. I eat food. You know, I time my carbs around my training. You know, like sugars and high GI around my training. I have low GI, you know, so slow insulin release during the day, so I'm still fueled. You know, I keep my protein up because I want to, you know, maintain muscle as well. You know, when you cut all the carbs, you lose all the glycogen from your muscle, and then you're training 4 hours, 5 hours a day of cardio, high intensity shit. I don't know if you guys know, but I mean, high intensity training needs carbohydrates,
100%.
needs sugar. So if you don't have sugar, what's it going to do?
That's another thing about sugar as well.
Because fat's like hard to burn. Fat burns at a lower percentage, at a lower heart rate. Fat doesn't burn up here. You know, so it's just like, I mean,
it's all the stigmas that people have made up. I know. It's all the stigmas people made up in there.
And you know this vegan thing. You know, if you feel good on it, then you're getting results. Awesome. I don't diss it. For me personally, I'm not into it. I mean, I love meat. I've cut out freaking burgers and all that nice stuff. I'm not going to cut out my meat. I don't give a shit. Sorry, but you know, life goes on, right? You know, and I know they say environmental and all this kind of stuff, but I want to be a world champion. You know, like, call me selfish, but you need to be selfish if you want to be the best. You know,
100%.
So I mean, that's my take on it. But I think I see so much a lack of discipline. But it's in boxing or combat sports. But it's especially because they're so used to this old school way of cutting like 5 kilos on a day, and they get used to it. They don't know the difference. It's not until they should be shown a path in a different way that they're like, fuck, what have I been doing? How good I feel. You know, how much better is this? I'm not having to sit in the sauna and drop 5 kilos and kill myself after I've just been cut. There's some of the stuff that I hear, cutting water like a week out, like no carbs for like 3 months. I don't even, honestly, my hat's off though, because I don't know how they train like that. Like if you can train like that.
That's just like almost, I feel like it's just an uneducated opinion alone about it, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I think nutrition is.
And, you know, you may not see it then, but in the long run, if you keep doing that.
If you were to compare it, I mean, if you've done like the right nutrition and then you compare to whatever, you'll be like, fuck, what have I been doing? But we don't know any different. Okay, but I mean, I invite, you know, all combat sports people to really look into their nutrition and really see like you know what it's like and you know what it's like to have the right nutrition. Because your life will be changed. You know, it will be, and there's so many people. Because I've done a lot of diets for fighters, and I can show you like so many things. Like, what the fuck have I been doing? I can't believe it. Like, you know, wow, thank you. My levels up here.
To be honest, man, it's just a lack of education. Really, that's what it is. It's
just old school repeating. You know, because their coach did it, and then that coach's coach did it, and now, you know, from the 50s, and then from, you know, and
there's nothing tough about doing it that way either. No. All you're doing is really damaging it in the long run. And you might not feel it then. You might feel like, I can fucking handle it now. But down the track, your body's gonna feel it. And you're gonna experience it in a different way.
It's like the training. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about the old school training. But I mean, that stuff does make you tough. But dieting like that, it just really is not. But I do believe it's because these guys don't realize they don't stick to that kind of diet like for you know, a month, 2 months. They do it for Monday to Friday, and then they go binge on the weekend, and then they're like, oh, I better cut all my carbs this week because I'm not dropping weight. It's a cycle, you know, because if you're starving your body of certain foods, and you're not going to help, it's going to be so hard for you not to binge out. It's going to be so hard for you. You're going to crack. You know, if you're feeding your body and the right nutrition, it's going to be easy. You don't have to do that. You don't need all those foods. You know, you can stick to it because your body's not shutting down. And you're like, shit, it's been 5 days. I'm feeling lethargic. I just don't, you know, I don't have the mental strength to say no to pizza this weekend. Fuck it, I'm just going to eat it. And then again, here we go. You know, it's like a lot of people, just normal people that diet. Same thing, you know, they eat really good and then they binge out on the weekends.
So I have this whole thing with like, you know, not to insult anyone that does this, but it's like these 8-week challenges and stuff that are around, right? I'm like, they go hard for these 8-week challenge, they get the results and I'm like, wow, but really, you just decided to make certain changes to what you eat and how much you train to get this. And then afterwards, you go on and you're like, and then it's like you wait till you're ready to do another 8-week challenge. Whereas you're better off just being steady Eddie all the way through.
Because everyone wants quick
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that's really like, you know, and I'm like, if you find the right balance, you'll always be happy because then you'll know exactly when to have your little, you can have your little binge and, you know, but then if you eat consistent and clean, then you don't have to put yourself through
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And you know, like, you know, true athletes that take their shit seriously, they should, even in the off season, you know, like, I mean, you see it, you know, a lot of the pros, the famous pros, how they go in the off season. Like, personally, it's not really like, you know, I think it's not really professional, but you know, everyone to their own. But you should still enjoy it, but you should still remember, like, you're an athlete 24/7. You're not just an athlete for your camp. If you want to be, if you do want to be, you know what I mean. I think, and then just for your body. You know, I'm just because I've been in nutrition for so long, it's just. I just know what food does to you and how important it is, so I'm just always cringy. I'm like, man, like your body. You know what I mean? So but I can go on and on about nutrition.
How are you? What's your mentality like going to fight week for your fights? Like, where's your headspace at? And like, do you do anything kind of to get you, you know, kind of focused in, like outside of just your training and whatnot? Do you look at anything else there to keep you focused?
Well, I definitely, you know, I do a lot of visualizing throughout my whole camp. So I'm always visualizing, you know, I'm always doing, and then the final week, because it's taper week, so, you know, you're just practicing on cutting your weight a little bit more, you know, it's a lot more like chill, it's not so like crazy training. So you're not really like so exhausted, you know, so that's when I take time to like really zone in on having my own time where like I'll meditate and, you know, not a big meditator, but what I mean is by just chilling and just thinking about just my fight and just getting in the zone like that. I mean, I used to hype myself up. I'm already freaking want to kill people. Like I'm already aggro.
used to G up.
I'm already like that, and like and to be honest,
so what changed it all?
It used to make me too aggressive and too psycho. And you need to be a bit more like not just about. You need to be a bit more like
you mean
calm.
Going into fights.
You know, like as an amateur, I'm like, fucking, I just want to kill him, and like, you know, like, and I did. But it's different in the pros, you know, like it's, you're not against these little weak, you know, like weak girls or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's you got to be really composed and stuff, and I'm just finding that it's I need that balance of not just being aggressive, you know, killer all the time. I think you do need that balance where you're just calming and, you know,
to switch on and switch off.
Exactly, you know, and like I've been doing yoga and stuff. I love that shit. Like I mean, I hadn't done it much before, but I've done it the last few camps and game changer. If you want to talk about game changer, fucking yoga.
I'm a massive advocate for yoga.
But I do like the more the meditative slow yoga. Because I've done once a class where it was like a bit more high paced and more strength and stuff, and I was like, calm down. I'm like this and I was like, no, because I need to actually just chill.
That's not what you're
going for. I'm going to chill and breathe. If I want to be like get stronger and feel whatever it is, I'm gonna go box and shit. That's what I, you know, that's my aggressive thing. So I come for like a really nice kind of breathing and stretch out, you know, and I always feel amazing after. And since I did that, like I wish the lady that I go to did it more often. Like I'd love to do it every day. But so I mean, and I just go into the you know, focusing on there's a girl in front of me and she's in the way. So, you know, she's in the way, you know, of my goals. And so I need to make sure that, you know, I get her out of my way. So, and do everything. I don't focus too much on her or what she's doing. I know what I got to do. you know, me and Anna will have a look at our opponents, but to be honest, the last 3 fights anyways, there's not been the original opponent anyway, so it doesn't fucking mean shit.
Wasted all that
it does
time,
not mean anything. So we don't even bother, because we know what we got to do. I know what I got, because it's my fight. Got to make it my fight. You know, not fall into their fight. You know, my pace, and pull them into my game. Or who gives a fuck what they're doing? You control it. You know what I mean? So, and it takes a lot. You know, learning to be a smart boxer over just going in and going for the hills. You know what I mean? It's time and place for it.
It's amazing. Like, it's beautiful. Like, I mean, I did yoga and I did another thing that it's called qigong.
Oh my god, Ricky was telling me this. I need to do it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get back into it as well.
I want to do this so much.
When I did that, I remember the first day I did that, and I opened my eyes, and Rick was around the corner, and he looked at me, and I just smiled at him, and I said, "Bro, I'm gonna fuck this guy up," because it was just so zen. Like, I was just levitating.
I haven't done it. I need to do it.
And it's Dan. Dan, shout out to Dan. He's like one of my brothers, and
is that the guy that Ricky says?
Yeah. So I want to obviously plan to compete again, and so I told Dan I'm going to be coming back. Just working on some personal stuff at the moment, but he actually lives in Kellyville too. I dropped him home down there. He was on my podcast. He's on one of my episodes.
Okay,
so you can have a look into it. Dan Anthony.
Dan Anthony, cool.
But he's a fucking man. He changed my life. Like, I had never felt so like just at awe at life, and just that like so focused. But it was like everything that I felt like. Everything just felt like it was going to be okay, you know, just by going through this process. And I just remember the smile we had at each other, and he looked at me and I said, "Man, I don't know what you just done to me, you know, you just like opened up a whole other door in my head, you know." But I highly like fucking recommend it, and you will not you would be addicted to it. And I'm keen to see how you like next time we speak. I'm keen to see how you are, and I'm keen to see what it's done to your performance going to fight week, and also just in terms of your mind. So it'll be interesting to catch up with you once you kind of go down that path. It's in Kellyville, and Dan's like does it around.
I've already talked to Ricky about it.
And you probably like maybe, you know, we might even end up doing it together around the area. He's around the area anyway. He used to do it in Casa Hill, so I'll be going back to that as well. So it's new for you. That's where he works through that company. Awesome. So but like it's just as important. I mean, it's just as important, and it was the first time that like I'd done yoga and stuff, but this was just some next level shit that I'd never, you know, I really one with yourself. And you just feel connected to everything. That's what you need to do. Just feel connected to yourself.
And it helped to bring the anxiety down, you know.
Like I just like, you know, you of all people being pro, you know what it's like when days mount onto you and we're training, and then you're trying to balance everything.
Well, you know, like I said, I'm like,
So like, just afterwards, it's just like, you're just like, I felt like the first thing that came to my head is, everything's cool, man. You're doing what you should be doing. You know what I mean? I know, like, not thinking about what I need to do. Like, am I doing it? It's just all those answers just get, all those questions get answered just through that whole process, you know, and just your breathing, like in between rounds. I remember like I was just lowering my heart rate, you know, and he taught me like, it's not rocket science. It's just you need to, like anything, lack of education,
of course,
right? And I told Dan in the podcast, I was like, I remember in the second round, I went and sat there and I just did exactly what we learned, and I just lowered my heart rate, and I was like, man, fuck, I can keep going, like, you know. And it's just amazing that what your own body can do. It can repair itself, but at the same time, like, if you're getting anxious or you're getting anxiety, just by some deep breathing techniques, you can fuck that shit off straight away. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that was like yoga. I mean, because I am like, you know, I'm so aggressive. I'm aggressive. I'm hypo. You know, for me, yoga's like, I'm not fucking doing yoga. Gay. Like, fuck, why do I want to sit there and you know, I'm not about that life. I don't want to just fuck shit up. Like, you know, I'm not. It's not cool. Like, you know, then when I did it, I was like, what the fuck? Where has this been my whole life? I'm like, okay, I've been telling you, and Anna was like, I've been telling you this forever. And I'm like, I know, but look, I just had to do it in my right time when I was ready.
You've got to be willing to do it.
You got to be ready. But back then, I might not have been ready because, you know, but I was definitely, you know, at my age now, I'm like, I really need this shit.
Like, I'm a very hyperactive person as well. Just in general, like, my energy is always up. So, like, when I did that, like, you know, I tell people, like, sometimes you just need to have, it gives you a different perspective, some self-reflection, and you just got to dive into your mechanics, like what's going through your head, and then, you know, it helps with your visualization as well, cool. And you just come out of it, and you just like, you know what, fuck, like, I'm good.
I literally
you know what I mean? I'm good.
On fight day in the morning, I wake up in the morning and I'll do yoga, like, you know, just breathing and like, just, you know, to get me, that's a fight morning, like no matter where I am, I'll do it, you know. And I find it so good, like it just settles me, because you get nervous. Anyone that says I don't get nervous for a fight is full of fucking shit. I don't care, you know, I don't care, you're always a little bit nervous. I'm very I'm confident, but you're also nervous, you know.
How do you compare pre yoga and meditation and post, in terms of like, where have you felt like you've seen the differences, other than just, I said, like, I wouldn't say fighting, because fuck you, you're knocking out people and whatever anyway, right? But where have you really seen the changes come in?
Well, quite a few things. I mean,
and it doesn't have to be in the ring.
No,
but
of
just
course, I mean, well, it's not just like not just the mind as well as the body, obviously. So you know, I'm just so go. I don't have time for. I don't make time for stretching. Right, I don't do a lot of recovery. I've implemented a lot of recoveries, you know, especially in pros now. It's my career. Like, I mean, obviously I'm a maths teacher as well, but it's the career. Like, I have to look after my body. So I'm from doing the stretching a lot more and the yoga and stuff, and I'm having actual rest day. Before I wouldn't even have a rest day. I was so intense. I'd be too scared to have a rest day. My rest day would be going for a freaking run. Okay, look, I'm resting.
Active rest.
Active rest. I'll just do a 7K run today or 6K run. That's my rest. Like, you know, just an easy run. And I'm legit. I wouldn't have a rest day for like months. You know, and so just.
It's hard. That's probably the hardest thing, I think, for any fighter, right?
Yeah, to stop. You know, because you're thinking, like, I know, always has to tell me, go home. That's it. And he'll be like, that's it for you today. And I'm like, but what about no? And I'm like, well, can I do this? No, go, Ebanie. And I'm like, just one more. Because I'm thinking, if I give him enough ideas, he might eventually say, yes, you can do this. But he doesn't. He's always like, no, go home, stop. You know, and I'm like,
it's almost like anxiety training, and it's not a bad thing. It's just that you want to make sure you covered everything, 100%, right? And really, that's what it is. And that's why I say, like, qigong and all this yoga is good, because sometimes you need to chill the fuck out and tell yourself, dude, I'm doing everything I should. About it the way I should be
when
going.
When I get a fight booked and my opponent's booked in, it's all of a sudden I'm fucking at the gym for 10 hours. I'm like, I did not want to leave the gym. I'm like, you know, especially the first week or two, because you booked in and you're like, and that's when you kind of go like just hard, and you're like, I gotta keep training. But then you realize that, like, and then it's, you tone it down and be like, I'm cool. It's cool. I just had to get that thing out when you know first get matched. You're excited. You're excited, and you just want to go out hard. But nah, it's really cool, man.
That's awesome.
It's fucking fighting's the best thing. Like,
and look, recovery, for people that don't know, like, you know, it's just as important. I think it's just as important as training, because you know, like the little thing that me and Rick talk about is the yin and the yang. You know, you do so much yang, not enough yin, you know, and your body's just gonna crash. And it's just a different, sometimes just a state of mind, like just the recovery alone gets you firing about 2-3 more cylinders than just constantly just pushing.
Of course.
You've got to pull back a little bit, you know what I mean?
Well, with me, you know, obviously I'm a professional boxer, but I also work I'm a maths teacher full time. So I'm that, plus I tutor kids, plus I do nutrition, plus I work in the bars. I got like 4 freaking jobs, plus, you know, and that's cool, I actually do that. But for example, when I'm in a fight prep and I'm in school, it's school holidays now, but I get up at like, you know, 5 o'clock and I train before school. Then I go and teach all day. And then from school I go to training and I train again. Then I drive and I go tutor kids after training at night until like sometimes 9-10. And then, you know, I prep my meals and I do all my food, and then I do it again. And on weekends, I'm teaching posing for bodybuilding, I'm doing nutrition, you know, so I don't switch off. So now what I've done with my recovery is, it's not only recovery for my body, it's where I go to literally switch off. No, I've got my yoga, and I've also got my cryo and so I go into the cryo sparklings, which is in Crow's Nest. Crow's Nest, I think. Crow's Nest. And you know, I do my cryo sauna. I do the infrared sauna, and I do the salt therapy, salt room. And that's literally about 3 hours of just recovery by myself. I'm not there having to deal with people. I'm not there, you know, teaching. I'm not there, you know, whatever it is. I'm not putting my body like, come on, Ebanie. Like, I'm just literally recovering and chilling. And you know, and that's my little balance there, because I wouldn't even do that before. But and these little things are helping me as well.
And it's a key thing what you said that I think people don't know, is that don't sometimes be appreciative and admire someone by what they do in the ring. look at what they got to deal with on a daily basis, and that's what you should admire. Because like you said, like for me, when people, you know, my friends ask me like, how you, I said, man, like I'm like, I got to be a husband, I got to be at home, I got to and I got to work, and you know, and I said there's people that do, you know, that's their lifestyle. So like everything, their whole dance, like boom, 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 boom. Oh, man, so I said, don't admire what you see in the ring when you see these guys fight. Just look at what they have to do to balance that on a daily basis in order to get themselves there, because that just shows you how tough they are mentally and how driven they are. And that's what you should admire more than 100%. Anything. You know?
And you know, it's all fighters and pro fighters.
Because it's easy to sit there and say, hey, let me knock out another person. You know what I mean? And say, oh yeah, okay, I knew she was gonna do it. But you don't know what the fuck you have to do to get there. You know what I mean? So
and shit that you put yourself in. And you know, like I just think now, and there's a lot of, you know, fighters that have to work full time and fight. Like, you know, it's the dream to just be able to fight full time. That's the dream, you know. But I just think I've talked to quite a few boxers about it, because we're all slugging away, you know, pro boxers, and you know, all the ones that they've just made the break where now they're full time boxing. And they're like, I remember when I had to work and I'm like, man, all I think about is at the moment, you know, you're working full time. I mean, me 2-3 jobs plus training full time. You know, and you know, my personal life and everything like that. I just think, and I can do all this while I'm doing. I'm going, imagine when all I have to do is fucking train. How good it's gonna be. I'm gonna
sleep as long as you want.
Sleep, you know, but I mean, all this is setting me up. Because if I didn't go through the hard part, then I might, you know, then when I get to the easier part, you know, it's not going to be easy, but when I can just focus on my training, I would have built this freaking hardcore, you know, mindset, you know, so, you know, I don't want to wake up.
You'd be so fucking appreciated. You'd be like, man, like, you'd be so appreciated, you know, and
100%.
And that's what I say, I'm like, just, you got to admire those people, you got to admire the lifestyle they got to live to make this happen, because at the end of the day, that it's easy to say no. It's so easy to say no, you know, and much harder to say yes.
And that's where you see the difference between athletes as well. You can see the difference between athletes that give it all and that don't, you know. So I mean, there's what's 1%er. So you know, and hard work outbeats talent.
Fucking earth, 100%. There's no doubt about it, you know. So, what's kind of in your future path now? Like, what can we expect from you, man? Like this year, next year? Let's just start with this year. I know you got a fight coming up soon. Can people catch that fight?
We'll be. I don't 100% know.
That's all right. She's on Eb's on. She's on Instagram. Ebanie Bridges. You'll find it.
But I probably, I'm not sure I'm not gonna say what I think, because I'm not 100% sure. But it's definitely gonna be streamed. And as soon as I find out the exact link, it's gonna be all over my social media.
Of course.
So that's.
I'll be sure to share it on Mercer Entertainment as well.
And it will be streamed on. It will be streamed, and then after that fight, so that's February 8th. There's talks of me going back again for another fight. Not long after that. And I mean, it's.
You gotta get a property over there, man.
No, I wasn't gonna move over. I'm like, what I got my boyfriend and my cat, you know, which one do I take? But
Is it gonna come off any of the fights?
You know, big ones.
The big ones,
These ones, I'm not gonna, you know, this is just me getting out there, you know, you gotta, you know, like, you know, Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman,
Oh, I think it was Keith Thurman. Wasn't that fight? I'm trying to remember. Where it was his first time his wife went to the fights, like only just recently. You know, to his last fight, or it could have been one of them. Anyways, one of these boxers. I think it was. And it was like his wife's never been to one of his fights, and it was Manny Pacquiao.
The Manny fight. I was gonna say, the Manny fight.
It was the Manny fight. And I'm like, and he's fought how many times? It's the first time she's came. So I mean, sometimes you just gotta do your thing. You know, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing my thing.
That'll all work itself out.
You know, and when it's needed, and when you know it's big, it's just, you know, that's come, please. But until then, you know, just focus, 100% focus. I don't want to be thinking about babysitting no one. You know. So so I got that. Pretty much build up over there. Obviously, try and get some titles.
I guess everything will work itself out.
I mean, you know, talk to some promoters here, like Paul Nazari. He's a great promoter. He's so awesome. I would love to do his shows because he's local and he's great.
One of my goals to do his show at some point. You know, I'm a big fan. Like, it's funny because like I'm always, you know, part of my podcast and whatever it is, I'm always just watching and I'm, you know, from the background and it was just so nice to see that always punching me in the face on social media, which means he's doing something right.
You know, he's very good with it. He's not, I was, you know, just talking about him the other day. Pronzo is really good for, like, especially beginning fighters, giving them a base, giving them somewhere to start, you know, because it's really hard. You know, and he's you know, he's been in it for a long time, and I'd love to, you know, get back there after a few fights over there, get back here, maybe fight for an Aussie title here. You know, my plans were, and I've said it before in the interviews, that I do want to fight for an Aussie title early this year, but sorry, you know, an Aussie title compared to fighting overseas. Sorry, but an Aussie title is only important in Australia. It doesn't mean shit overseas. Like, I mean, to a degree, it gives you prestige. But I mean, I think you know, I can always come back for that. You know, so I need to do what I got to do. And so I mean, that's what I would want to do if I want to, you know, fight probably on one of his shows or, you know, anything, you know, even Tim Zoo undercards. You know, obviously good with the no limit, you know.
No limit,
but yeah, just taking one fight at a time, you know, try not to look too far ahead. I have ideas, but the main thing is, this fight, get this one out of the way, because you never know what's going to happen. You don't know the performance I'm going to put on. You know, hopefully, obviously, I'll put on a really good, impressive performance for the Americans.
You will,
You know, that's my plan. And then from there, you know, I find that every time I have a fight, there's so many doors open. You know, I have a plan and then I have a fight and then it's all of a sudden.
That's what I said. Sometimes it just works itself out.
Exactly. So, you know, I'm just going to roll with it, and all I know is that whatever's going to happen is going to be positive. You know, because I have nothing but positivity. You know, even when I broke my ankle, I thought my war was over, my first pro fight. Great, I'm out for 6 months, you know, all these opportunities, but it actually, that was a real, if you want to talk about rebirth, so to speak, of my mind. Mate, turning my mind around with that, you know, I could have gone real dark. I was like, if I can't box, I want to die. You know what I mean? And I couldn't box, but I had to change my mindset, because otherwise I would never got out of it. And you know, that's what I learned about gratitude, and I'm so grateful every day, and I practice gratitude every day. And when I was, you know,
I actually, you know, it's funny enough. I was on the train to the city with wifey earlier today. And I checked out your story about gratitude.
Man.
And straight away, I just sat there and thought of 3 things.
You thought of 3 things?
Yeah, I thought of 3 things. Just because, like, I was just reading and I'm like, you know what, she's right. Because I'm going through a transition period now, like personal things and whatnot. So it's just, it's crazy, because I look and then I think, like, man, like, I'm fucking still here. Like, And so when I read that, it's funny you brought it up. I read that on the train today, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna think of 3 things right now, and 100%. I'm really grateful for, and I did. You know.
And
so,
you know, like I you know, not to say I was always like, oh, this shit's fucking gay or whatever. But when I was at my dark, like, I mean, 10 days post surgery, I wasn't the doctor didn't give me any more freaking endones. So I couldn't drug the depression away anymore. And I'm like, okay, I have to fucking deal with this. I can't walk. From going from, you know, teaching, you know, all this stuff, I'm never home, because, you know, I'm so crazy busy, training 2 times a day, you know, having my pre-week, to now I'm stuck at home because I can't drive, because I can't put my foot on the ground, can't even have a shower stand. I have to put a chair in the shower and put my foot out, because I can't put any pressure through my foot for like 2 months. You know, so all of a sudden I can't even feed myself, because I can't carry a plate. I can't even put my food in a microwave, because I'm on crutches and I can't carry shit. You know, my whole life got changed around.
Face it head on.
I was just like, fuck, you know, and I was like, what the hell, you know? But I had to, you know, think, what am I gonna do? Sit here and feel sorry for myself? Well, poor me, I fucking know. I was like, well, you know what? I thought, what can I do? You know what I can do? I can fucking smash my rehab, which I did. You know, I came back stronger and faster than expected. You know, what else can I do? I can lift weights with my upper body. You know, I was blessed that I had a friend that could take me to the gym, just literally 2 minutes up the road. So I did all upper body weights, seated and stuff. You know, I could still do some stuff. Just couldn't use my foot, you know. But I have 2 other limbs, you know, and I was doing all my rehab with all my things. So every day I'm like, thank God, you know, I'm blessed I can actually get up, and I've got a friend that can take me to the gym. You know, I got, you know, I can still lift some weights, and I've got back bodybuilding. I felt like a bodybuilder again. No, but you know, and all these things, you know, I've got food on me, you know, my boyfriend's looking after me. Like I'm very lucky. I got, you know, and just every day waking up and reminding myself when I got a bit down, because I might watch some boxing and be like, fuck, because I watch boxing, I just want to try it. I'm like, I can't, but I'm like, it's okay, because you know what, you're gonna come back so much stronger. And you know, and that was like my thing. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna fucking smash this rehab. And I'm gonna like kick it in the ass, you know, and then I came back and I felt stronger than ever, and then I tore my oblique off my bone, and that put me out again. But that's another story altogether. But again, you know, and before that, I was really not, you know, I'm naturally grateful and stuff. I'm a pretty, you know, chill person. I'm, you know, I don't take anything for granted.
Yeah, it's not that you're not great.
But being more conscious of it, being actually
conscious of it,
being extra conscious of it, and actually saying, waking up or saying, okay, you know what, fuck yeah, like I'm so happy today because I've got, you know, food, you know, whatever it may be, like, you know, I'm here with you, you know, with someone, you know, that I can project my stories out to people, you know, there's all these kind of things. If you do that, you can't help but feel happy.
It's like going into a fight, you know, with the right mindset and whatnot, right? It's easy to have a right mindset when you feel good and you feel like you've done all the work, right? It's way more harder to have a good mindset and shit that, you know, but it's the shift that it has in your body and your mind and your soul and your consciousness. The moment you think, it's like anything, you're thinking, I'm gonna fucking win this fight, and naturally the you know, your camp and whatever goes about that way, right? It's the same thing with this. If you keep doing that and keep saying that to yourself, you're gonna shift down that path, or where it's just become that's where you're heading. You know what I mean? Because that's all you're allowing and bringing into the world, you know, giving to the universe and back.
Exactly, and what I've been kind of like projecting as well, it doesn't have to be a big fucking thing that you're grateful for. You can just be like, you know, like I'm so grateful that whatever, I was able to wake up. Oh, I'm so grateful, for example, I'm so grateful that I got a coach and pushed me through one way. Or, you know, I'm so proud, even proud of being proud of yourself. I'm so proud, like, you know, I did that extra round when I didn't want to do it. You know, little things, you know, you know, or whatever it may be. You can always find things to be proud of yourself, even if you feel like you're shit, but you can always find something that you did, you know, that's or something that's to be thankful of. You know, and if you can't, then, you know, it's your blockage because there's something. You know, you can be thankful for the fresh air, the rain that we're getting. Like, it's simple, you know, the birds. You know, fuck whatever the fuck, you know.
Otherwise you're going to be stuck in quicksand, man.
Exactly.
You're just going to drown. You know?
And also the injury, obviously the gratitude thing, but also learning that everything happens for a reason. Dude, because what came out of that, you know, it was like a butterfly effect, which I thought would be bad, but it ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me. I thank God every day for breaking my ankle, for snapping doing that.
Chaos,
because like the shit that came out of that, you know, from my mindset to, you know, where I'm training and everything like that, like it's just the story, you know, like it's something that I always hold, you know, and it's like, thank God, you know. So, you know, anything that I always tell people, if anything bad happens, I'm telling you, it's for a fucking reason. Everything happens for a reason. Everything's happening how it should be, and everything happens the way it should be. You know, you just got to look at it that way, and your life will be so much easier. And it's I've only just become that since last year. Before that, I was like anxious, fucking, you know, like this and that, and it's not working out, and I hate change and da 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 da. But
But then you look back now, right? Like, I mean, like I was saying, the beauty in the chaos. Even if you look back at how you before, you're like, man, I could have easily, with that kind of attitude, gone down one path, but here I am. How is it that I was thinking that way, and now I'm here and in such a zen place? That's because it's not something that you just learn. That's who you are. But sometimes it just takes certain situations or things to be like, dude, this is who you are.
100%.
You know, that's not who you are.
No, 100%.
That's just where you're at.
And also,
but you know what I mean? But where you are now is who you probably always were. But it's just that you needed to figure things out, like little things 100%. Out, or go through certain things to figure that out for yourself.
Exactly. So, and also, what was I gonna say with that one? I missed it.
Train of thought.
But just
about how you're before and now.
I've lost it. It was it'll come back to me. But 100%. Like it's everything. Like I said, everything really does happen for a reason, and you just got to be thankful for everything. And you know, I'm willing to. I open a future with my open arms, whatever's coming my way. And you know, another thing about you know, just being positive and being, you know, pushing yourself. That's what I was gonna say. Is that I, you know, getting through all of that, say with my injury and all that kind of stuff, which I thought was really bad. And there's people out there that are a lot worse. So again, grateful, because I could have been 2 broken legs, or I could have been a year out, you know. But is that if I wasn't so dedicated to my goal, if I wasn't so driven to be something as a professional boxer, I wasn't so driven to succeed in that goal that I set, I want to get titles, I want to be a world champion, whatever, then maybe I couldn't have been hungry enough to push through that injury. So I think it was also my will to win and my will to be my best, and my will to succeed in my goal that I set, that also helped me change my mindset. You know, because I think you need to be hungry enough to put in the effort to go, no, fuck this shit. Like, I'm not letting you beat me, because this is where I want to be. This is my goal. You know, I think if you're not as hungry maybe, or you or whatever the main case. I think then that's when you can fall off, and you see a lot of
Yeah.
athletes, you know. But
If you just succumb to it, then that's what's
Yeah.
gonna end up happening.
yeah,
right?
definitely.
So,
It's all about how bad you want it,
yeah,
really.
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So yeah.
But man, we'll just call it there. But
Yeah, cool.
thank you so much
No,
for
all
coming,
good.
and all the best in
Thank you.
America. I mean, I can't wait, and more than anything, I can't wait for you to come back one
Yeah.
day, and because I love combat sports in general.
Yeah.
I fucking love boxing, and I have passion and pride
Yeah, of
for it to
course.
grow here.
Yeah.
And I would love for people like yourself and
Yeah.
you know everyone in the game to help grow
Grow
the
the
sport
sport,
here
yeah,
as
yeah,
well. And
yeah.
you know, and you know, I'm sure I'm probably harass you to hold me back. It's like, I'll be around. Rick's
Get in the ring with me.
I'm getting the old I'm getting the old band.
You can be a sparring partner.
Yeah, I'll harass and get the blonde bomber, right?
Mate. Make sure you keep your guards up.
Yeah. So I'm getting the old band.
Yeah.
I've already told Rick I'm coming back.
Good,
so,
good, awesome.
Yeah, I'm you know, good thing about Rick is in that in group, so
Yeah,
I hassle him
solid.
every week. So, you know, we'll I'm sure we'll cross paths. But
Excellent.
man, all the best.
Thank
and and it's, you know, after even hearing your story, like I didn't know about the injuries and whatnot. It, you know, I can't help but be admired.
You know what it is? You know what I said when it happened? It's all part of my story.
Yeah.
You know, anything that bad happens, that's your story.
Yeah,
you know,
course,
so
course.
you know, and embrace it, and that's just what you know what I mean.
And it's beautiful. And man, go out there, fucking kill it.
Thanks, dude.
I'll catch you when you're back, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Hopefully, then I'll get you sooner rather than later.
Yeah, right.
You know, we'll talk soon.
Yeah, for sure. God bless. Thank you.
All good?
Yeah, cool.
Perfect.
Sorry, I can't talk.
That's all good. You can talk. That's all good.